What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Lions video. Now, it's been a couple of days. It has been close to 2 weeks, actually, since we've done the last news and rumors upload. However, over the past couple of days, some more rumors and news have come out, including a potential QB controversy, Lions players skipping voluntary workouts, as well as some teamwork and some bond happening between some Lions teammates. Now, before we get into the video and before we get into this newest batch of news and rumors, if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, please consider liking the videos and subscribing to the channel. It takes just 2 seconds out of your day. It's quick, free, and easy, and you would be helping the channel out more than you could know. And if you enjoy the content that much, if you want to support the channel and find another way and go above and beyond and help me out by supporting the channel, you can always become a member for special perks, early access to videos, as well as early contact and 24/7 contact with me to talk Lions football. But with that being the case, and with all that being said, let's get into the newest batch of news and rumors surrounding our Lions. Now, the first and biggest rumor that has come out over the past couple of days is a news article and is a question that the Detroit Lions, although they have confidence in Jared Goff, may be still looking to take a quarterback early in this draft class. Now, to me, I think a lot of people are going to look at this argument and say, well, it depends who's there, right? Is it Justin Fields? Is it Trey Lance? Is it Mac Jones? Does Zach Wilson somehow fall? You know, it really depends on the quarterback. Now, outside of Zach Wilson, of course, because Zach Wilson is phenomenal, I don't think taking a quarterback would be the best move. And we've talked about this a lot. We've talked about it a lot over the past couple of weeks, past couple of months. I don't think taking a quarterback would be the best move for the Detroit Lions. So with that being the case, I mean, you look at it, right? Let's say the Lions draft a quarterback. Let's say regardless of who it is, let's say they draft Justin Fields or Trey Lance. I think the scenario works for both. You know, arguably with a rookie quarterback, you have a higher ceiling than what you're getting in Jared Goff. And you have a higher ceiling than what you know what you're getting with Goff, right? I think Justin Fields and Trey Lance have bigger arms, better arm talent than what you're getting in Jared Goff, and I think they're both more mobile, bigger, more athletic guys. So with that being the case, I think that you're going to get a higher ceiling. You're going to get more potential with a rookie quarterback. However, the floor is much lower. The floor for Justin Fields and the floor for Trey Lance is significantly lower, and their starting point, I believe, is going to be significantly lower than what you're getting with an experienced Jared Goff, a guy that's been to Pro Bowls, a guy that's been to Super Bowls, a guy that's been through the playoff race more than once. You know, I think the floor in a rookie quarterback is significantly lower than what you're getting with Goff. So it's a very boom or bust kind of a look at. You know, it's a very boom or bust kind of an outlook where, yeah, you could get a next superstar, you could get a future Pro Bowl, Hall of Fame kind of a quarterback, but you could also be getting a huge bust at 7. And do you really want to start your GMing process? Do you really want to start your regime with a quarterback that may not even play for you long term? Now, the argument could also be made that a rookie contract would give the Lions a lot more cap flexibility, and that a new rookie contract could give the Lions a lot of flexibility to build a roster around this young rookie quarterback. But to that I say, Jared Goff is under contract. His contract, which isn't a good one, is on the Lions books until at least 2023. He is here for 2, if not 3 years, and likely he's here for 3 years at the minimum. And so at that point, you have your rookie contract, yes, but you still have Jared Goff's contract on the roster. It's not like drafting a rookie quarterback all of a sudden magically gets rid of this Goff contract. And at that point, you will have that, you know, flexibility. You will have that cap management of a rookie contract for 1 season. And at that point, you're not even going to get to spend it, because then you're going to have to save money, because one offseason later, you're going to have to pay this rookie quarterback big time money. So the cap situation, I get the idea, I get the appeal to it, but it's not going to work out like Lions fans think. It's not like all of a sudden Jared Goff's contract is going to disappear with the rookie quarterback. You're going to have that flexibility of a rookie contract for 1 season. 2 seasons at the most. And you're not even going to get to really fully capitalize on it, because if you only have it for that 1 season, you're going to have to save money anyway, because you're going to have to pay your quarterback big time money, assuming he's actually the quarterback of the future. And if he's not, and you're not paying that quarterback big money, why would you be selecting him with the 7th overall pick? It doesn't make sense to me to pick a quarterback. I think this is a smokescreen. I think this is a ruse. I think this is a way the Lions are trying to get more suitors to trade up to the 7th overall pick. To me, it doesn't make sense. To me, there is no reason to take a quarterback with the 7th overall selection. However, it has been rumored that there may be a little bit of controversy and that there may be a quarterback selected at the 7th overall pick by the Detroit Lions. Now, the first piece of news we have for today is a little bit of a disappointing one, and that is the news that some Detroit Lions players are choosing to skip out on voluntary workouts this offseason. Now, the Lions are not the only team to be doing this. The Lions joined 14 other NFL franchises to have this happening, including the Cleveland Browns, the Chicago Bears, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as well as several other franchises around the NFL, both good, mediocre, and bad. So it's not like the Lions are falling behind, really. It's unfortunate to hear that some guys are opting out. It is unfortunate to hear that some guys are not showing up to voluntary workouts. However, it is happening around the NFL. A lot of it has to do with COVID. A lot of it has to do with the pandemic. It has nothing to do with Dan Campbell. It has nothing to do with the players not liking him. I know people are going to try to put a spin on this and be like, oh, the Lions are missing these voluntary workouts. This is a sign that things aren't working. This is a sign that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell don't have the locker room intact. It's a sign that this and that is happening off the field. Trust me, that is not the case. There's been no news, no indication that any of that has been happening. If anything, the opposite has been happening. If anything, the locker room, the team has been growing closer. It seems like everybody loves Dan Campbell already. Like, if anything, the opposite is happening. There is no controversy in the locker room. There is no, bias towards players. There is no hatred for our new head coach already like there was with Matt Patricia. It is simply players don't feel safe right now going back to practice. It is simply players do not necessarily feel comfortable going back to a COVID-rich environment, an environment where they could potentially get infected. They don't feel comfortable, and that's the bottom line. The Lions are not behind. It is not a huge deal for the Detroit Lions. Is it a little bit hurtful? Is it gonna probably set a couple of guys back a week or two? Yeah, probably. Is it a little bit, unfortunate? Absolutely. But by no means is it a big deal. By no means is it gonna make or break the Detroit Lions season. It's voluntary workouts. They're voluntary for a reason. A lot of NFL teams, a lot of NFL players are skipping these workouts. It is not a big deal, but it is a piece of news that is newsworthy. Now, the second piece of news for today is going to be Okudah versus Perryman. Yes, videos and clips and photos have come out of Detroit Lions' newest free agent wide receiver, Breshad Perryman, as well as their sophomore DB, their sophomore cornerback, and the former 3rd overall pick, Jeff Okudah, having some one-on-ones at Allen Park and having some one-on-ones on the field. Now, Okudah is returning from injury. He was injured a majority of his rookie season, and I believe his injury, along with Matt Patricia's system and really just a cornerback being a very tough position to play, all contributed to his poor showing as a rookie. However, he's back on the field. He's gaining some confidence. He's working one-on-ones with NFL wide receivers, and if you're going to test your explosiveness, if you're going to test your speed, if you're going to figure out how to stop speed in the NFL, who better to teach him, who better to work with than Breshad Perryman, a guy that reportedly at his pro day ran a 4.19, which would be by far a combine record. Of course, it was more of a 4.25 officially, I believe. However, one guy did time at a 4.19. So if you're going to learn how to defend speed in the NFL, if you're going to learn as a young defensive back, if you as Jeff Okudah are going to learn how to cover speed, if you're going to learn how to make up for some of your lack in explosiveness, some of your lack in speed that you never really had coming out of college, who better to teach you, who better to learn from, and who better to work with in the offseason than the most explosive athlete that the Lions have to offer. Now, the third piece of news is not really a piece of news surrounding the Lions, but more of a prediction and more of a projection of how the Lions are going to finish according to a news website. Now, Sportsbook actually came out with an article that predicts the Lions will finish with the worst record in the NFL. Not just in the North, not just in the NFC, but with the worst record in the NFL. Now, this is not going to happen. Straight up, flat out, this is not going to happen. The Lions, as of week 17 to right now, are not that different of a team, and they are not a worse football team than they were at week 17. If anything, they are a better football team. From week 17, we've got better coaches, better front office players, better positional coaches. We have, cut some of the dead cap, cut some of the bad players that should not have been here in the first place, and replaced a lot of the talent that we are losing. Even if some people don't believe that, a lot of the big contributors from last year are either returning or have been replaced. So if you look at this team now opposed to the team that took the field in week 17, they are not a worse football team. If anything, they are a better football team now than before. And I can tell you that week 17 Lions team was far from the worst team in the NFL. That team should have won week 17. They should have beat the Minnesota Vikings, or there were several opportunities where they should have had a touchdown late in the game. Maybe they didn't win the football game for them. Maybe it did. Tracy Walker's rushing the passer did not help. That was kind of a BS best call as well. Like, there were some opportunities the Lions had to win. They were a very competitive team with a decent Minnesota football team. The Lions are not going to be the worst team in the NFL. They simply have too much talent. They simply are too good of a football team to finish last in the NFL. They did not have a bad offseason. They've had a very good offseason. They're building competition. They brought in speed. They've brought in athletes. They brought in better positional coaches, better coordinators, better head coaches, better front office members. They have improved in just about every aspect of the field. And even Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn, even as hard as they tried to tank this roster, and even as bad as they were at coaching and building up this team, could not get the number 1 overall pick. There is no way the Lions finish with the worst record in the NFL. There's absolutely no way this happens. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are no way worse than Patricia and Quinn. They're no way worse than the Quinn-Tricia era. If Quinn-Tricia couldn't get the number 1 overall pick, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell will not get the number 1 pick. The Texans are worse. There are several other teams that have had worse offseasons. There are several other teams that are worse than the Lions, have worse coaching staff, worse talent on the roster. There are several teams that will be below the Detroit Lions in drafting order. Now, does this mean I think the Lions are playoff bound or Super Bowl bound? Of course not. But to say the Lions are going to finish with the number 1 overall pick is a narrative to get clicks. It is not going to happen for the Lions. Now, with that being the case, that is all I got for you guys today. Thank you all so very much for watching the video. Those are the newest batch of news and rumors. As I said, it's been a while, but if more news or more rumors do surface in the coming days, of course, a video will be made upon it. But with that being the case, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you all so very much for watching the video. And until next time, and as always, go Lions.